Hello everyone. So instead of doing something with a green screen or a long drawn out kind of a beginning part of this last lesson, I wanted to do something just a little bit different. I wanted to just kind of go through the lessons, the units that we covered over the last 4 weeks, I want to say it is, and then just kind of talk to you for a second. So this is going to be a fairly short video, but it's going to be the last one. This is part of the last video that I'm going to put out for personal finance. So we covered insurance. That was a rather large unit that we tried to shrink down somewhat and covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time. The main thing that I want to say with insurance is just make sure that you are armed with information. When you go to buy insurance, just know what it is that you're looking for before you purchase it. Employability and income tax. Just know that money is going to come out of your check. Okay, understand the difference between the gross wages. That's the money that you receive before any kind of deductions come out. And then the difference between that and net. Net is going to be the money that you're left over with, the money that you have left to be able to pay your bills and buy the things that you want to purchase. Credit, loans, same thing as with insurance. Just know your information when you go in to purchase a vehicle. Same with houses, renting apartments. Make sure that you read contracts. Make sure that you read obligations, things like that you would have when it comes time for loans and purchasing and renting, those types of things. Credit-wise, the main thing that I want to say is just protect your credit. At some point, you'll start beginning to accumulate credit and have a credit score. Just protect it the most that you can, meaning don't charge too much on your credit cards. Make sure that you pay your bills on time. Do all of these things that are going to lead you to a much better chance of having financial success. And then finally, the final budget, which is going to be the next lesson that I show you in this video. And the one big thing that I can encourage you or want to encourage you to do when it comes to budgeting it is know how much money you have coming in, know how much money you're spending, okay, and keep track of that. Keep your checking account always in the positive. Don't let things go overdrawn and money coming out that would make you go into the negative balance. So, anyways, that's all that I want to say about the stuff that we covered over the last few weeks. I do want to wish you the best of luck moving forward. If ever there's a time that you need anything, have questions, especially when it comes to finances, things like that, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. And I know that all of you are going to go on and do great things. So whatever it is that you set your sights on and try to accomplish, just do the best that you possibly can. Okay, so to do the final budget, this is actually going to be two different parts. I'm going to walk through the actual spreadsheet with you, and all that you'll need to do for this portion of it to turn it in is going to be to create the exact same thing as what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to walk through what this personal budget would look like. Okay, so personal budget, so we'll put here at the top, make this just a little bit bigger. Now, the reason that we do budgets, and I save this for the very end, is because this is something that I hope that you continue to use for the rest of your life, forever. And the thought on it is that if you can maintain a budget and know how much money you have coming in and know how much money you have going out, you'll stand a much better chance of being successful in life when it comes to your finances. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is I'm going to start right here at A2, and we're going to put in an amount. So that's going to be the amount of money that you bring in per month. Now this is a monthly budget. That's the amount of money that you'll bring in per month. Your income tax, so a lot of times that'll be the money that comes directly out of your paycheck, like we talked about in the last lesson or a couple lessons ago. We're going to put a house payment. We're going to have a car payment, food for the month, utilities, water, sewer, garbage, and then cell phone, internet, entertainment, close, and money into our savings. The last two that we'll have in this column are going to be total amount spent and then money left or over budget. Okay, so then that way you can see what it looks like if you don't have enough money into your budget. You can see what will happen there. All right, so we're going to start with this amount, and basically what this is going to be is this would be if you were making, and actually I'm just going to type some notes on this side. You don't have to worry about anything that I'm putting in over here on your assignment. Okay, all that I want you to do is to put these two columns, and I'll gray those so that you can see, and then I'll border those as well. Okay, so these are going to be the two things that you need to worry about putting in here. Okay, I'm going to center that as well. All right, so these are just going to be some notes. So we're going to say that this person that we're going to do the budget for makes $7.50 an hour. And the way that we figure this is to try to figure out how much money they make per month. We would take $7.50 an hour times 40 hours a week. We would take that number times 52 weeks in a year, then divide by 12 months. Okay, so that's how we would go about getting this dollar amount right here. So whatever dollar amount that you make per hour, this is how we would come up with this. Okay, now if you make $20 an hour and you work 35 hours a week, that's, you would use those numbers right here, if that were the actual job. Now some salary, some things are going to be called salary, and that would be like if you make $50,000 in a year. Well, if we knew that you made $50,000 in a year, all that we would have to do to figure out how much money that you bring in per month is divide that $50,000 annual or by year, divide that by 12 months, and then you would determine how much you make per month or you're bringing in. And so that's really the first thing that we need to do, is to determine how much money that we have coming in. Okay, so if we did the math on this, I want to say it's like $1,300. Okay, so $1,300 is right here. Let's go up here to B, column B, and then let's give that the currency, format as currency right there. Okay, this one for taxes, everybody's going to be kind of somewhat different on what they claim for that. I'm just going to put 15% of the gross amount. Okay, so if your dollar amount right here was different, these will be different than we would still take that 15% times this gross amount to see how much. Okay, now if you're claiming more, it may be 20%, or you may have things in there that are insurance and things like that, life insurance, that come out of your check. All of that money is going to come off of that total amount. I'm even going to put this over here so it stays separate. This is the amount of money that we have coming in for the month. Okay, so taxes on this would be $195, and then we go to our house payment. This could be house, rent, whatever it is, wherever you live. Okay, I'm just going to put $300 in. As you can see, this person makes $7.50 an hour. They're not going to be able to afford a house that costs, has a $1,500 house payment a month. Car payment, this is going to be fairly minimal as well. We're going to put $99 in. Food, actually, let's put in insurance here as well. Let's just add this. Okay, if you want to add it, you can just click on the 6 and then double click, or right click rather, and then you can just insert above. All right, so car insurance, we're just going to put $25. Let's just say that that's liability insurance. Okay, so liability insurance is what that would be. Food, this is a pretty typical number. $150 is what we're going to do. This is amount per person. Now, this is not going out to eat. This is buying groceries and making food, whatever. This number, obviously, these numbers could be different depending on your situation. Utilities, we're going to say that this place has $100 in utilities. and that's electric, air, heat, things like that. Water, sewer, garbage, that's something else that you could have for a bill. That's going to be, let's just say $100. Basic cell phone plan, $50 a month. Internet basic plan, let's say $40 a month. Entertainment, let's just start with $100. Okay, this is going out to eat, going to movies, etc. Things like that. Clothes, we're going to put $20, and then what I do with this for savings is 10% of your gross income. Okay, so we can look at this and tell 10% is of 1,300. If we did the multiplication on that, that is going to be $130 into savings. So now we need to figure out how much money did we spend. So what I do is I go up here, I just highlight these numbers, come down one below where I want to drop it, go up to my function, hit sum, and hit enter, and there it is. I have spent $1,309 this month. Now, I want to figure out how much money I have left over, or if I'm over budget. Now, you can obviously look at this and tell you're $9 over budget. Okay, so now the reason that we use a formula here, and that I want to teach you how to do a formula here, is so that you can make adjustments and not have to recalculate everything. Okay, so start with an equal sign, go up here and click on the amount, hit minus 1,309, and then hit enter. Now you can see I'm $9 over budget. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to make some changes. Now, obviously, it's going to be hard for me to find a different place to live that's going to be cheaper. You know, I need a car to get to work. We know that the taxes are going to come out. Food, you know, maybe I could live on ramen noodles and mac and cheese for a while, but, you know, I want to be able to eat a little bit more of the things that I want to have. Utility, you know, without going crazy and having steaks and stuff like that and all the time. Utilities, water, sewer, garbage, these are going to be pretty much what they are. You know, these next two bills are what they are. Ooh, entertainment. That is probably going to be the first place that I'm going to want to cut back. Okay, so let's go until I can make more money, or you know, build up some sort of savings to where it's not going to affect me as much. I'm going to cut this down to $50. Now, as you can see right here, this number just went from -9, and now I just went to $41. Okay, so now I'm in the positive, and this adjusted as well. You know, you don't have to. Maybe you put 5% in here. You know, so maybe you're putting, I don't know, $65 in, or let's just say that every week that you want to put $60 in here. Okay, then you could have a little bit more money in that, you know, in that amount. Okay, so then that way you can have more money that's left over, and build up your checking account as well. So this is really how you do a basic budget. This is the very first part of it, and the second thing that I want you to do. So all that you've got to do here is just literally type in this information as I did it right here for you, and then submit it. That is all. That's all that I need you to do for this part. Okay. So I did all the work on this for you. All you have to do is watch this video and type these things in how I have them and submit it. The second part is going to cause you to have to do a little bit of thinking on your own. All that this is going to be is typing one paragraph as a reflection for me. So after reviewing the scenarios and budgets, well, really you're just looking at this one scenario and creating a budget, I want you to explain why it is important to have a budget. Go into some detail about it. Tell me how the amount of money that you make could impact your decisions as a spender. This is money that's going out, so you're spending money on all of these things. So tell me how and why this dollar amount right here would impact the decisions that you make as a spender. Is there something that you would do as you get older, you know, to kind of help curve that decision a little bit? And then, do you think that most people budget their money? Why or why not? What benefits do you think come with learning and having a budget? Okay, I want you to put that in a paragraph. You can submit that in the budget final along with this little table, and then that's going to be it. This is something that you could seriously use for the rest of your life. My wife and I have a budget. This is exactly the type of setup that we have. And I actually, down here, I have it where we have different months because we may have bills. Some of these utilities may change throughout the year, or our food may go up or down, depending. Right now it's gone up quite a bit, especially the price of meat and beef. And so some of these things will change. So you'll want to keep track of those. But I'm telling you, it'll make your life much, much easier and better financially if you keep track of where your money is coming and going. So that is going to be it. This is the last part of our class. I want to thank you for continuing to do your best with all of these lessons, as they've obviously been just a little bit different from what we would have had we been inside of the classroom. But this is, these are all going to be things that you will use for the rest of your life. So anyways, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I can certainly sit here and I could work through these budgets with you if it would be easier, if there's anything that you don't understand. Other than that, have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.